Some breaking news out of the Justice Department. The Attorney General, William Barr, now saying the federal government will resume the death punishment after nearly 2 decades. Let's bring in NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams with more. Pete, what do we know?
Well, the Attorney General says he is ordering a change in the lethal injection system used for prisoners at the Terre Haute prison, where the federal death penalty has been carried out by lethal injection. And he has ordered the government to resume the death penalty, and has the Bureau of Prisons says it will seek to execute 5 prisoners that are on death row, 5 of them for especially grisly or heinous murders. And the first of these executions would begin in December, and then the others would continue into January. The federal government has long had the death sentence, but there's only 3 people that have been put to death in the federal system since the death penalty was reimposed in the modern era after the Supreme Court stopped it in the 1970s. The last execution, the last federal execution, was in 2003. Only 3 people carried out that death sentence in the modern era, but there are 60 prisoners on death row. So these 5 that have been scheduled to receive lethal injection all have exhausted their legal appeals. Many of the others on death row have not. For example, Johar Tsarnaev, who was given the death penalty for the Boston Marathon bombing, his lawyers are still appealing and still challenging some of the circumstances of his trial. But what's held up the death penalty nationwide in many states, and certainly in the federal system, is legal challenges over the traditional 3-drug protocol. Some have argued that if the drugs are not given in exactly the right dosage, it causes excruciating pain before the heart is stopped. And what Barr has ordered the Bureau of Prisons to do is change its protocols and use just a single drug to carry out the death penalty, a single drug that many states are now switching to. So this is a move sort of counter to the what's been the trend in the states, is against the death penalty and against the death sentence. But it remains legal. It remains something that attorneys general under both Republican and Democratic administrations have approved the death sentence, seeking the death sentence in especially serious cases. And Attorney General Barr says that given its legality and given a way to do it that will avoid some of these legal challenges over the 3-drug protocol, it's time to restart it in the federal system.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.